years in the big leagues?
If I could tell you I hated my first 3 seasons in the big leagues, you would think I lied.
Yeah, I'm sure this isn't gonna piss anyone off. What's going on, guys? It's the King of 161st Street, and I'm back with another video, and although this is not Yankees related, I have a lot of thoughts on this. So Jazz Chisholm, the star in Miami, was on the Pivot podcast with Ryan Clark, Channing Crowder, and Fred Taylor. A really good podcast, by the way. Very high production. I know everyone here has heard of it, so I'm not even gonna tell you to go see it, but if you haven't, I really suggest it. It's a really good show. They had Jazz Chisholm on, and they talked about his early life in baseball, growing up in the Bahamas, being the first ever Bahamian all-star ever, and also brought up his past time with the Marlins. This is where things get a little hairy. Jazz Chisholm brings up the fact that he didn't talk to any teammates through the first 3 years of his career.
Literally never talked to nobody until 2023. You could ask any of my teammates.
How lonely is that though, bro? Like you come over to the States and it's like, okay, right away, I'm in Wichita. I'm not in Orlando with my people.
Right.
And then from there, you're coming up through the minor leagues, trying to find your way, like you said, and just trying to learn baseball. Mm-hmm. And then you get to what should be the peak, right? The pinnacle. Like I've worked this hard from when Grammy Pat told me I could be this, and I told her that I was going to be in the big leagues. I told her I was going to be an all-star. I finally get it. And now that I get it, people are showing me that who I am isn't something they're going to accept. And to say that that was that way for 3 years, a dude that's from a big family who had cousins to always be with, how difficult was that to deal with?
But I'm telling you, like, it was literally like my first 3 years in the big leagues were the worst 3 years of probably my life. I tell you that. Like 2020 to 2022, like outside of baseball was great, but like playing baseball, which that was the thing that really I loved doing more than anything else, was the worst. Like I got to where I wanted to get to at that point, not to the level of it yet, but like I got to the big leagues and I hate it.
This all stems because the team captain, as he worded it, so he tried keeping it semi-anonymous, but left the breadcrumbs out there to know he's talking about Miguel Rojas. Did not like Jazz Chisholm and made his life a living hell in that locker room. He kind of turned the team against him. That's where you hear the quotes that Jazz is not practicing with the team. He practices before the team gets there, then goes back and takes a nap, then goes to play. He doesn't practice with the team.
Garbage. Like the last year that I got through all that stuff, like he literally, we had a team meeting and he shut it all down. He's like, just leave him alone. Because he don't do nothing to none of y'all. I watch this kid all day. He comes to the field, he doesn't even practice. Like, that's the thing. Like, bro, my first 3 years of the big leagues, I didn't even practice.
Why didn't you practice?
What do you mean? The guy, bro, I'm not there for, like, I'm not gonna be around you guys, bro. Like,
wow.
I don't like y'all like that. Y'all don't like me, I don't like y'all, bro. When you saw me at the baseball field from 2020 to 2022, you would only see me from 2 p.m. to 3:10. And if you nobody's allowed to even be at the field at that time. So you wouldn't even see me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I know exactly.
I work early.
So you don't have to be
The
around
regular
them.
team schedule practice was at 3:45 to 5. The game's at 6:40. The game's at 6:40. You see me at 2 to 3. I'll go after 2 to 3 o'clock. I'm sleeping the whole day until the game starts.
If you're bullying someone to the point where they're not even gonna practice with their team that they're paid to play for, that's a level of fuckery that is unheard of. You have some people out there, like the former Marlins president of baseball operations, talking about how Jazz, this isn't a good look. He hasn't done anything. Jazz Chisholm is the first ever Bahamian All-Star. I don't know if Miguel Rojas has ever made an All-Star game. Jazz Chisholm is a leader on this team in his early 20s. The only reason Miguel Rojas got a chance to be named team captain unofficially is because he was probably the longest tenured guy there, if not in the top 5 of longest tenured guys. That guy is not a leader on the field, and obviously, I know people in Los Angeles like him right now, but he's on that team right now. They cannot say anything bad about him. That team has guys like Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, even a guy like Jason Hayward. These guys are actual leaders. Miguel Rojas was never a leader. He was always just the longest tenured vet. And obviously, this means that everyone in baseball needs to respect him. And this is something I hate from the old generation. The old generation loves to bring up oh, he's a vet. You gotta listen to the vets. There's something about the old generation. It's ingrained in their mind that the longer you're there, the more seniority you have, the more power you should have. Meaning, if this guy is on the team, but he was riding the bench for 10 years, because he's been there for 10 years, I automatically have to listen to him because he's obviously on a higher tier than me. That is not how this shit works. I hate that this is how people think it should work because it's absolute bullshit. This guy, Miguel Rojas, obviously is not a good leader. Jazz tells a story about how he told a player on the team who admired Juan Soto and imitated his shuffle that he's not good enough to do any of that shit. Cut that shit out. After that, the player goes 0 for 50.
And you're bringing down the young guys that are supposed to be good. Bro, like, I watched someone get called up to the big leagues, supposed to be like top 3 prospects on our team, right? He gets up there, hits a homer. Like first or second at bat, hits a homer, right? His next at bat, he goes and does the Juan Soto shuffle, right? Like, he's a kid. His favorite player is Juan Soto. He just got to the big leagues. Tell me why he comes in the dugout after, he walks, get around the base, comes in the dugout after. These vets sit on the side of him and start yelling at him saying, bro, you're not Juan Soto, bro. You shouldn't be doing that. Juan Soto is an all-star, da-da-da-da. You can't be doing that. Bro, what do you mean? He's having fun, bro. We playing a fucking kids games. Yeah. Like, that's when I step in and say, bro, y'all better back up off this boy, bro. This man is starting. He's playing every day for us. Why are y'all in his face? Y'all don't even play every day. Yeah. What's up? Like, get off my mans, bro. He's supposed to be helping us win when y'all bringing him down. Yeah. And then after that, 0 for 50, 30-some strikeouts.
Dang.
You see what happens now? Because these are supposed to be the Spanish leaders coming and telling this kid that he can't do that.
With 30 strikeouts. Tell me why that happened. It's because when you have a team that's not behind you, obviously Miguel Rojas, the team captain, if he's not behind you, what makes you think some of the other guys are not going to follow suit? This is what I hate. People in the older generation tell you have to follow the oldest guy there. No, you have to follow the guy that you believe is the best vet, which is why I 100% respect Jazz Chisholm for what he just did. What he just did is he called out the Major League Baseball culture. The culture in baseball has to change before we can ever let the kids play. A guy like Miguel Rojas is going to be in every clubhouse. There's always going to be that vet that thinks he knows everything, that doesn't like this new generation, doesn't like that Jazz has all these customized cleats, all these customized gloves, that he walks around in his sunglasses and his chains, is chilling. There's always going to be a guy there that's going to have something to say. The fact that there are people that are defending Miguel Rojas here is absolutely insane. And this is also an indictment on the Yankees captain, one of the best players in Yankees history, Derek Jeter, because he was a guy who let this happen. Jazz was talking about how he was on the phone with Derek, talking about clubhouse culture is, and Derek was just like, get the fuck over it. No, he should not have to get the fuck over it. This is some bullshit. The fact that they had to have a team meeting to tell everyone to stop ripping on him is absolutely insane. To me, Jazz Chisholm did nothing wrong. If you think he did something wrong here, you're part of the problem. Baseball culture will never change until people start to realize if you have seniority on you, even if you have been with a team for 5 years, 10 years even, that doesn't make you a fucking leader. That's the reason Miguel Rojas got considered a leader. And look what happened. During those seasons, the Marlins did jack shit other than 2020 when the season was 60 fucking games. 60 games. That's the only time they made the postseason in that tenure of his captaincy. Then Schumacher came in, got everyone out of there, all the vets. And Jazz, talk about a leader here, Jazz decided, okay, you guys want to bring in Luis Ariz? I'll move to center because we need a center fielder. Allows their players to play their natural position so he can play center and made that sacrifice for the team. That's a fucking team leader. A guy who stands up for his teammates when these other veterans start to call them out on their bullshit. It's fucking amazing to me. The mental gymnastics people will go through to try and make it seem like Miguel Rojas is right. And it all stems from people just not liking the younger generation. Oh man, Jazz Chisholm, he's walking around with those chains on. He's walking around with those sunglasses. He needed to be humbled. And Jazz Chisholm has quickly become the most underrated player in baseball because he got the cover of MLB The Show. Because people have considered him in the top 10 center fielders, people now think he's overrated. And now everyone thinks he's incredibly overrated. He's actually not overrated. And because everyone thinks of that, he's starting to become underrated. The shit he has done in the 4 years, especially with the injuries he has dealt with, so that he only plays half the season most of the time, the shit he's done in that sort of stretch is absolutely unbelievable. This is a generational talent. He may not be the MVP because Ronald's there, but you know, he will come damn close. I am rooting hardcore for Jazz Chisholm. Always have, always will. But what are your thoughts? Am I dead wrong on this, or do you agree with me? Let me know down below. Like the video if you enjoyed. I know this isn't the normal Yankees content I put out there. This is a topic I was very passionate about, as you could see. So hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and peace.